Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Asif Ali Sayed from the Department of Business Administration, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. Today, we shall be discussing about the module Time Management of the paper Skill Development and Social Entrepreneurship. After completing this module, the students will be able to understand the concept and relevance of time management skills and get familiar with requisite time management tools for enhancing productivity and evaluating the worth of their time. Introduction to time management. Time management is working smart to enhance productivity. It is the process of organizing and planning how to divide one's time between specific activities. In organizational context, time management refers to the development of processes and tools that increase efficiency and productivity. Also, the time management has widened to encompass our personal as well as our working lives. Good time management improves our work-life balance and therefore supposedly is responsible for our general happiness too. Failing to manage one's time damages self-effectiveness and causes stress. In 1958, the first book specifically on time management was published by James McKay. Of the many theories of time management put forward since then, the works of Stephen Covey deserves special mention. His books, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People of 1989, has done a great deal to popularize the concept of personal time management. Are you keeping track of your time? How often do you find yourself running out of time? Weekly, daily, hourly? For how many people it may seem that there's just never enough time in the day to get everything done. It seems that there is never enough time in the day, but since we all get the same 24 hours, why is it that some people are able to achieve so much more with their time than others? The answer lies in good time management, and when you know how to manage time, you can control of what you can achieve. Personal time management. Time management is generally perceived as managing our time to waste less of it on doing the things we have to do, so we have more to do the things we want to do. Also, time management is often presented as a set of skills. The theory is that once we master the skills, we'll be more organized, efficient and happier. But in reality, time management is essentially a skill that helps in keeping work under control and keeping stress to a minimum. We would all love to have an extra couple of hours in a day. Seeing as this is impossible, we need to work smarter on things and have the highest priority and then creating a schedule that reflects our work and personal priorities. With this in place, we can work in a focused and efficient way and really start achieving those goals, dreams and ambitions we care so much about. Personal time management skills include goal setting. To start managing time effectively, you need to set goals. When you know where you are going, you can then figure out what exactly needs to be done, in what order. Without proper goal setting, you'll fritter your time away on the confusion of conflicting priorities. People tend to neglect goal setting because it requires time and effort. What they fail to consider is that a little time and effort put in now saves an enormous amount of time and effort and frustration in the future. The second important thing is prioritization. Prioritization, what needs to be done, is especially important. Without it, you may work very hard, but you won't be achieving the results you desire because what you are working on is not of strategic importance. Most people have a to-do list to some sort or other. The problem with many of these lists is that they are just a collection of things that need to be getting done. There is no rhyme or reason to the list, and because of this, the work that they do is unstructured. So, how to do work on a to-do list task, top to bottom or bottom up or easiest to hardest? To work efficiently, you need to work on the most important and highest value task. This way, you won't get caught scrambling to get something critical done as a deadline approaches. Third important aspect is managing interruptions. Having a plan and knowing how to prioritize is one thing. The next issue is knowing what to do to minimize the interruptions you face during your day. There are phone calls, information requests, questions from employees, and a whole host of events that crop up unexpectedly. Some need to be dealt with immediately, but others need not be managed. However, some jobs need you to be available for people when they need help. Interruption is a natural and necessary part of life. Next is procrastination. I'll get to it later, has led to the downfall of many a good employee. After too many laters, the work piles up so high that any task seems unsurmountable. Procrastination is as tempting as it is deadly. The best way to beat it is to recognize that you do indeed procrastinate. Then you need to figure out why. Once you get to know why you procrastinate, then you can plan to get out of the habit. Scheduling. Much of time management comes down to effective scheduling of your time. Awareness of goals and priorities require knowledge for creating a schedule that keeps work on track and protects us from stress. This means understanding the factors that affect the time available for work. You not only have to schedule priority tasks, you have to leave room for interruptions and contingency time for those unexpected events that otherwise wreak chaos with your schedule. By creating a robust schedule that reflects your priorities and well as supports your personal goals, you create a winning combination. Commonly occurring time management mistakes. How well do we manage our time? Perhaps we feel overloaded and often have to work late to hit deadlines, or maybe the days seem to go from one crisis to another, and this is stressful and demoralizing. Many of us know that we could be managing our time more effectively, but it can be difficult to identify the mistakes that we are making and to know how we could improve. Mistake number 1, failing to keep a to-do list. Using a to-do list effectively lies in prioritizing the tasks on your lists. Many people use an A to F coding, A for high priority, F for low priorities. Alternately, you can simplify this by using A through D or by using numbers. If you have a large project on your list, then unless you are careful, the entries for these can be vague and ineffective. The lack of specifics here might cause you to procrastinate or miss key steps. So make sure that you break large tasks or project down into specifics, actionable steps, then you won't overlook something important. You can also use action programs to manage your work when you have many large projects happening at once. Action programs are detailed versions of a to-do list. Mistake number 2, not setting personal goals. To learn how to set smart, effective goals, setting clearly defined goals will keep you motivated. Also, personal goal setting is essential to managing your time well, because goals give you a destination and vision to work towards. When you know where you want to go, you can manage your priorities, time and resources to get there. Goals also help you decide what's worth spending your time on and what's just a distraction is. Mistake number 3 is not prioritizing. Prioritizing tasks effectively is a prerequisite for time management. Sometimes when feed with flood of seemingly urgent tasks, it's hard to know how to prioritize. One tool that will help in prioritizing effectively is the action priority matrix, which will help in determining if a task is high yielding and a high priority or low value fill in work. You'll manage your time much better during the day if you know the difference. Mistake number 4, failing to manage distractions. Distractions at times can claim a lot of our effective time in a day, whether they come from emails, IM chats, colleagues in a crisis, or phone calls, distractions prevent us from achieving flow. When we are 100% engaged in a task, in order to gain control of our day and do your best work, it's vital to know how to minimize distractions and manage interruptions effectively. One should also learn how to manage concentration even when you're faced with distractions so that it doesn't eat up your entire day. Mistake number 5 is procrastination. Procrastination occurs when you put off tasks that you should be focusing on right now. When you procrastinate, you feel guilty that you haven't started. You come to dread doing the task, and eventually everything catches up with you when you fail to complete the work on time. Often procrastinators feel that they have to complete a task from start to finish, and this high expectation makes them feel overwhelmed and anxious. Instead, focus on devoting a small amount of time to starting. That's all. You might also find it helpful to use an action plan by breaking large projects down into manageable steps so that it's easy to see everything that you need to get done, and so that you can complete small chunks at a time. Mistake number 6, taking on too much. Many people have a hard time saying no to people. If so, then people end up with probably having a far too many projects and commitments on their plate. This can lead to poor performance, stress, and low morale. Learning the subtle art of saying yes to a person but no to the task can help you in asserting yourself while still maintaining good feelings within the group. Mistake number 7, thriving on busy. Some people get a rush from being busy. The narrowly met deadlines, the endless emails, the piles of files needing attention on the desk, the frantic race to the meeting. The problem is that an addiction to busyness rarely means effectiveness and can lead to stress instead. Slowing down and learning to manage your time better is being efficient. Mistake number 8 is multitasking. To get on top of our workload, we regularly do multi-activities like writing emails while chatting on the phone. However, while we think that this is a good use of time, but the truth is that it can take only to 20 to 40% more time to finish a list of jobs when we multitask, compared when completing the same list of tasks in sequence. The result is that both tasks are performed poorly due to lack of concentration instead of multitasking. If we focus on one task at a time, it would save time. Mistake number 9 is not taking breaks. It's nice to think that you can work for 8 to 10 hours straight while working on a deadline, but it's impossible for anyone to focus and produce really high quality work without giving their brains some time to rest and recharge. These breaks are valuable downtime for enabling creative thinking and working effectively. Mistake number 10 is ineffectively scheduling tasks. All of us have different rhythms, and that it is different times of the day we feel more productive and energetic. The best use of our time can be done by scheduling high value work during your peak time and low energy work like returning a phone call or checking email during your downtime. Time management skills for improving productivity. One of the most effective ways of improving productivity is to recognize and rectify time management mistakes. When we want to get more hours done, many of us simply work longer hours, move deadlines around, and multitask, and end up being unproductive. Productivity is a measure of how much is accomplished, not how busy we are. So, it's better to learn how to work intelligently and to use leverage to achieve more with our time and resources. This will increase productivity and help you find extra time to do other things. Organization. Organization also involves self-awareness, and becoming aware of how you spend your time is essential for improving productivity. An activity log shows you exactly where you use your time well and where you waste your time, handling low priority work, interruptions, and distractions. Activity logs also uncover whether you rely on multitasking. Doing more than one thing at a time actually decreases productivity. The first step in any productivity improvement plan is to get organized. A disorganized physical working environment consisting of a messy desks and drawers, and rather than helping, actually hurts your performance. You spend valuable time searching through piles of documents instead of doing high value activities. Learning how to be organized is an art, and you need to work on it every day. From organizing emails to organizing your files, there are many great systems that can help you order your work. Self-awareness also helps you understand when you do your best work. Some people do their best work early in the morning and others aren't fully productive until the afternoon or evening. Understanding your work pattern preferences will help you schedule important priority tasks for the time of the day when you perform the best. Attitude. Improving productivity is related to your attitude and approach to your work. A self-motivated mindset is fundamentally important for increasing productivity and improving overall time management. Think positively and take small actions to improve your performance. This will give you the motivation and inspiration to continue moving forward with your plan. Learn what motivates you to do your best work and then create the best environment possible that supports productivity. This would get you into this high productive zone in flow, a state that allows you to focus intensely on your work to achieve incredible results. As you take positive steps to control your time and schedule, you'll likely reduce your stress, which will allow you to experience more positive energy. Delegation. Being productive is not sufficient, but to be truly productive in a work setting, you must rely on your team to help you. That's why work teams are the preferred way to reach goals. Together you can achieve much more than with the single effort of individuals. To use the work of teamwork, you must know how to delegate effectively. Delegating isn't simply having others do your work. Successful delegation ensures that the right person performs the task regardless of who is ultimately responsible for getting it done. When people are able to work on their high priority tasks, then everybody wins. Effective delegation requires providing sufficient support and resources and learning to let go and trust people to do what must be done. This results in building an efficient and productive team of people. Then we have information integration. Mastering information identification, use and integration also enhances productivity. Information regularly received from emails, memos, published studies, status reports, operational statistics, financial results need to be strategically filtered to overcome information overload. They must be approached with a critical mind towards what we need to know, what type of information will be particularly important provided by the document, how the information shall improve the way we work. These will help in determining the level of details required from each document. Some may simply be ignored or quickly skimmed, some topics for others. Active reading strategies shall help in reducing the time spent for processing and integrating information quickly and effectively. It will help in enhancing work productivity. Steps to get more done in less time. Step number 1, set up your workplace. Step number 2, getting smart goals and effective scheduling. Step number 3, managing interruptions and maintaining focus. Step number 4, breaking bad habits, self-discipline and solving punctuality problems. Step number 5, organizing disorganized people. Step number 6, avoiding distractions and improving your concentration. Step number 7 is the art of concise conversation. Step number 8, creating time in your day and energizing yourself. Step number 9 involves half-time review, and finally step number 10 is all about motivation, self-determination and staying challenged. Time management tools for productivity enhancement. Activity log. For properly understanding how you use your repeat time management tools for productivity enhancement. Activity log. For properly understanding how you use your time at work, you can minimize or eliminate low value activities. Activity logs are also useful for helping you identify non-core activities that don't help you meet important objectives. This means that you can do more high value work by eliminating or delegating low value activities. scheduling challenging tasks for the time of the day when you feel your best, minimizing the number of times that you switch between different type of tasks, and reducing the time that you spend on personal activities. A to-do list. For creating a to-do list, all the tasks to be completed need to be listed down. Large tasks need to be further divided into smaller ones, working our way through it in order, dealing with the A priority tasks first, then the B's, then the C's, and so on. As you complete tasks, tick them off or strike them through. Also, when prioritizing tasks, it is pertinent to differentiate between urgency and importance. Action programs. And action programs are advanced version of to-do lists which incorporate short, medium and long-term goals. They help in planning time without forgetting commitments coming in to disrupt the schedule. And because they encourage in thinking about your priorities properly, one can focus on the things that matter and avoid compromising the time away on low-value activities. Action programs also help in getting the habit of delegating jobs. All of this lets you save time and get away on time, whilst also increasing your effectiveness and productivity. As such, they help you bringing intelligent prioritization and control back to your life at times when one would otherwise feel overwhelmed by work. Allen's input processing technique. To manage workflow effectively, Allen's input processing technique is a common sense approach to sort through a huge amount of incoming information every day. For example, you probably receive dozens of email, telephone calls, voicemails, meeting requests, invoices, and other documents. This is in addition to the work that you need to do to achieve your goals and objectives. For processing all this incoming information effectively while still staying productive is a time challenging activity. David Allen, a productivity expert, developed the input processing technique and published it in his influential 2003 book, Getting Things Done. The tool shown in the figure below is a simple process that helps you manage your inputs so that you stay on top of everything that you need to do. Time valuation, identifying the worth of time. However, it's important to attach a monetary value to your time because it helps you focus on high value tasks and avoid activities that don't add much value. Multitasking. To boost our productivity, many of us multitask to a degree, and in a world where pace of life is often frantic, people often use multitasking as typically seen as efficient and effective. While multitasking doesn't make us productive at all, as we think, rather, it's likely that the quality of our work is worse when we multitask. In fact, it could actually be costing us time instead of creating it. Leverage. Achieving much more than with the same effort. By applying the concept of leverage to business and career success, you can, with a little thought, accomplish very much more than you can without it. Without leverage, you may work very hard, but your rewards are limited by the hours you put in. With leverage, you can break this connection and in time achieve very much more. Application of success leverage to your career and time implies achieving much more, while if you choose to reduce the number of hours that you work. And for this, one needs to learn how to use the leverage of time, that is yours as well as other people, resources, knowledge and education, and technology. Now let us summarize what we've learned in time management. Time management is a process of organizing and planning for dividing one's time between specific activities to enhance productivity. It also refers to the development of processes and tools that increase efficiency and productivity. It involves setting goals, prioritizing, scheduling while avoiding time-killing mistakes, and incorporating time management skills. It plays an important role in managing time and, in true sense, identifying the worth of time. Thank you.